And now let's meet a man who pressed a button and shook the world.
Number one, what is your name, please?
My name is Thomas Farraby.
Number two.
My name is Thomas Farraby.
Number three.
My name is Thomas Farraby.
Okay, here is Thomas Farraby's astounding affidavit. It goes as follows. I, Thomas Farraby, was the bombardier who released the atomic bomb that destroyed the city of Hiroshima, Japan. The exact time was 8:15 a.m., August 6, 1945. The name of our specially built B-29 was the Enola Gay. Only the pilot had been briefed on the deadly payload we were carrying, and it wasn't until we landed that I learned just how important and deadly the mission had been. Although convinced that dropping the atomic bomb actually saved many lives by hastening the end of the war, I hope and pray that all nations have enough sense never to use the dreaded bomb again. Signed, Thomas Farraby. As I said, this is a change of pace. Bill Cullen, you want to go?
Yeah, number two, where did you receive your training?
At Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Your training for your commission in the Air Force, which was called then number two?
That's true.
Number one, when you first went into, where'd you receive your training, number one?
Kirtland, Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And you were eventually a bombardier. Did you start out training to be a bombardier, number one?
Yes, sir.
Number three, did you begin training to be a bombardier?
No, I spent 4 months in pilot training, and then I went back to the bomber.
Number two, there's an airplane that was a great fighter plane, has the engine mounted behind the pilot, and the drive shaft to the propeller goes right under his lap. Do you know what airplane that is? Very famous World War II airplane. A fighter. Be escort for a bomber as opposed to a bomber.
That was a P-38.
Number three, what was the configuration of the B-17? Was that a tricycle gear or was that conventional tail-down gear?
That's conventional tail down.
I beg pardon, sir?
Conventional tail down.
Right.
Wow, tough questions. Bill's the flyer. Let's go to Peggy.
Number two, what was the Enola Gay named after?
It was named after Lieutenant Colonel Paul Tibbetts' mother.
Thank you. Number three, do you think that the American command had any idea what that bomb was going to do when they dropped it?
Yes, I do.
You think they knew exactly how much firepower was in it?
Yes.
Thank you. Number one, did American bombers in Europe destroy any city as much as Hiroshima during World War II, do you know?
Yes, ma'am.
What city was that?
Dresden.
Thank you very much. Number three, how many raids were led on Japan, not counting the Doolittle raids, before the Hiroshima raid?
I don't know the exact number. There were hundreds.
Oh, there were? Sure. Oh. Now, number two, we bombed another city in Japan and hurt it just as badly as Hiroshima, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
What was that one?
Nagasaki.
Thank you. Number one, how many bombs have we got left over now that we could drop if we wanted to?
Oh, I don't have any idea, ma'am.
Oh, I mean, like one a city? I mean, we got a lot, so just little. I mean, I have no idea either. I just am curious. Or is that classified?
We have a stockpile. I don't know how many.
Number two, the new bombs, the high...
Thank you, Peggy, and that takes us to Gene Rayburn.
Number three, to a bombardier, what do the letters of the alphabet CE mean?
Circular air.
Number two, you have any idea where Concho Field is?
No, I don't.
Number one, what kind of bomb site did you have on the 29?
The Norden.
Number three, who made another bomb site during World War II?
Sperry.
Number two, what kind of autopilot did you use on the 29?
I'm not quite sure.
Number one, where did you go to school again?
I went in Kirtland Airport, Kirtland Air Base, in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Yeah. Name another bombardier school in Texas.
Big Springs, Kelly Field.
Thank you. Number three, who is flying the plane at the instant of release of a bomb?
On this mission,
Yes.
the bombardier.
Number two, what is speed of closure? I was a B-29 bombardier during the war. I ought to know something about that.
Well, that's unfair.
What is speed of closure? Oh, you find
All right, they've buzzed just in time for you, Kitty. Let's go.
Number 2, what was your rank and how old were you at the time of the mission?
Major, approximately 24.
Thank you. Number 1, what have you been doing since?
I'm still in the Air Force, ma'am.
And number 3, how did they tell you when you returned from the mission what you had done?
As well as I remember, General Spots asked me what did the first atomic bomb look like.
And what did you say?
I said it was about what we predicted, that from what we could see, the whole city was gone.
And that's when you found out it was an atomic bomb.
Yes.
Number 2, what was your reaction at that point?
Well, I didn't really have any real reaction because I didn't realize what had happened. I wasn't briefed on the tremendous explosion that would take place.
And number 1, how long were you in the Air Force after that?
I'm still in the Air Force,
Oh,
ma'am.
that's right. Number 3, and you?
I'm still in the Air Force.
Oh, you're still in the Air Force? Thank you.
Thank you, Kitty, and that does us in. We must now make up our minds. This one's going to be tough. Is it number 1? Or do you think it's number 2? Or is it perhaps number 3? In any event, it's $50 that we pay for each wrong vote, $500 if all the votes are wrong. And, Bill, you go, my friend.
Gee, I'll tell you, the 2 of them are very well briefed. Do you agree, Gene?
Yes, indeed.
2 of them are
really
extremely
know
well
their
briefed.
stuff.
And I can't see if that's a bomb above the wings, but is that a bomb in there? What is that in there?
Are they bombardier wings or
Bombardier wings? Number 1, is that a bomb? Oh, I'm not allowed to do that.
No,
Yes,
you're
that's
not allowed
right.
to. Well, everybody's marked their ballots. We
Yeah,
can't
it's a
change our
command
minds at
wing
this point
anyway.
anyhow. No.
Oh, I voted for number 3. They were all great. It could have been anybody.
One tentative vote for number 3 and
me.
I was
Bailey's
going to
up.
vote for number 1 because Dresden was bombed. That's the worst bombed city of World War II. But the thing is, I couldn't figure out where that place was. He was in New Mexico. I never heard of Albuquerque, New Mexico. I mean, I didn't, so I couldn't vote for him. So I voted for 3 because, well, he talks to generals and everything.
Peggy, where are you from?
Boston.
Whoever heard of Boston? There's no place named Boston. The rest of the country calls it Boston. Let's go to Gene, please.
Well, as you indicated, Gary, it's a tough choice. Number 1 did know that there was a bombardier school at Big Spring and other things. I went for number 3. He knew a lot of the technical stuff.
Okay, it's 3 and 3 and 3, and what's Kitty
Well,
going to do?
I'm so ignorant that I thought that number 3 knew everything and the others didn't know anything, so I voted for number 3.
Well, for the second time this week, we have gone way out on a limb. Everybody has placed their votes on the same man. The last time you were correct. Let's see how you come out this time. Will the real Colonel Thomas Farabee please stand up? Colonel, we'll be back to you in just a moment. Let's get number 1, sir. What is your real name and what do you do?
My name is Don Collins. I'm a retired...
What does that mean?
I'm a retired New York City detective, and I'm a narcotic consultant to the Queens District Attorney.
And you know him. I met him once.
Oh, sure.
I hate to ask you under what circumstances, but we...
Being on the narcotics squad and all like that, you know. I did. I met him once. I met you once about 4 years ago at a restaurant. Is that something? But how would I know you in that suit?
He was the maitre d' at the time. Number 2, what is your name, sir, and what do you do?
My name is Bill Roth, Secretary of the first tournament committee for the Bahama Islands Open Golf Tournament to be held in December, and Director of Golf at Bahama Reef Country Club, Freeport, Grand Bahama.
Great. Colonel Farabee, I'm sure a question that you're frequently asked is, did you ever return to Hiroshima or Hiroshima, however you prefer to pronounce it?
Yes, a few of us went up there immediately when the war was over after we signed the treaty. And we did fly over low level over Hiroshima, and we landed at Nagasaki and spent the night there. But I was never on the ground at Hiroshima.
Have you ever had any guilt feelings at all about dropping the bomb?
I have not.
Could you have, in fact, if you had so felt, could you have honorably refused to fly the mission, had you so felt? We understand that you didn't know what the mission was about, but let's assuming that you do. Could you have said, I won't do it?
I could have said I won't do it. I don't think it'd been very honorably.
Well, that's a good answer. Thank you very much, Colonel Farabee, for being with us. Thank you, imposters, on behalf of Tell the Truth. Two things I want to do before we call it a week. I want to thank our production staff for a marvelous bunch of material to work with this week. They've given us a great week. Yay for the staff. Nifty job.
And you're wearing nice suits, too.
And Gene Rayburn,
Yeah.
what a joy to have you with us. And you are coming back next week, right?
Yes, I will be glad
Gene
to.
Rayburn will be with us next
Thank
week.
you.
And I am glad. We will see you, friends.
See you again.
Promotional consideration provided by American Airlines. Traveling on business or traveling for fun, it's good to know you're on American Airlines. This is Johnny Olson speaking for To Tell the Truth, a Mark Goodson, Bill Todman production.